Margaret Brennan, according to Wikipedia, is a leftist American journalist who is the current moderator of Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan. Gonna be hard to replace her when her name's in the title. John Smith, the next moderator of Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan. I suppose he could have a cardboard cutout of her, which would probably ask better questions.
Well, he was standing in a country where free speech was weaponized to conduct a genocide.
The older you get, the more you realize elites and people on TV know nothing. Case in point.
Well, he was standing in a country where free speech was weaponized to conduct a genocide.
A couple of days ago, on Sunday's riveting episode of Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan, she had on Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and boy, did she make me think I could do her job better. Which is a nice gift. Motivation, confidence. Thank you, Margaret, for giving me those things. She decided to talk about history. A grave mistake. And I don't mind if you get the year wrong with something little, like when the Moors invaded Europe. 7-Eleven, by the way. And it was the Moops. But come on, World War II history? Maybe it's because I'm a bloke and we tend to like war history more. But there were plenty of girls in my history class, all smarter than me. And smarter than Margaret Brennan, apparently. Let's hear her great car crash, train wreck, boat tip over question. Not even a question, a dumb statement. That's what you want out of an interviewer, statements.
Well, he was standing in a country where free speech was weaponized to conduct a genocide. And he met with the head of a political party that has far-right views and some historic ties to extreme groups. The context of that was changing the tone of it.
Free speech was weaponized for genocide? It wasn't a dictator? Is it because Hitler gave speeches that she thinks speech was free? I mean, I'm sure he didn't charge admission to his rallies. Free speeches. What a buffoon. Silly lady. She seems like a nice person, but a simpleton, who for some reason has this prestigious, high-paying job on CBS, the same network that gave us The Twilight Zone. Okay, now it all makes sense. And I was so worried Marco Rubio would not call her out and just defend J.D. Vance and Trump. But no. Thank you, Secretary Rubio, for this answer.
Specifically about the right.
No, I have to disagree with you. Free speech was not used to conduct a genocide. The genocide was conducted by an authoritarian Nazi regime that happened to also be genocidal because they hated Jews and they hated minorities and they hated those that they had a list of people they hated, but primarily the Jews. There was no free speech in Nazi Germany. There was none.
Beautiful. Someone with brains. She should write a book. Are you there, Hitler? It's me, Margaret. Maybe I'm biased because every second podcast I listen to is about World War II. Have a listen to Adolf Hitler Rise and Downfall podcast, hosted by Doctor Who Paul McGann. McGann? Doctor Who. It's accurate, educational, and entertaining. 3 things Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan isn't. Bring back Charles Kuralt to CBS Sunday mornings.
Of course, if you travel in a country as rich and varied as this one, there's no end to the road. This is a long